After completion of their first mission, our heroes get a well-earned day off, and they get paid. You know what that means. Shopping! Our heroes get to meet the various characters who do business in Twinsides, and our DM gets to struggle with voices and accents. How hard will Alex fail at a Scottish accent? How much will George haggle over 1 gold piece? Did Wednesday just say what I think she did? Find out in this episode of Launched into Fantasy.
So, I assume everybody kind of just wakes up. Acatha and Gromhan are kind of at their table drinking Gromhan is drinking his breakfast ale and eating a hearty breakfast of various meats and proteins. Mm-hmm. Acatha is just kind of sitting there sipping the equivalent of D&D coffee and
with lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Tons of cream and sugar.
It looks like a milkshake.
Yeah, you straight up enjoy your sweet, delicious breakfast shake. Do, I assume, the future and Graak?
You got it right.
I'm going to always have this pause as I think of...
The entire bar starts clapping.
Yeah! For no reason. It's like 7 in the morning. They're all like, yeah! God!
Yeah, no, Graak's eyes just light up and he smiles.
He gets like Steven Universe star eyes. Just,
God knows my name.
So do you all just head back to the Flailing Goblin?
Yep.
I'm already there.
Yeah, you live there.
Now, does Kieg show up? Because that's the important question.
Not yet. He doesn't seem to be. He hasn't shown up just yet.
He's not punctual.
There's never.
There's no time.
There wasn't agreed time. Yeah. Otherwise, he just kind of shows up in your bedroom at 5 in the morning.
I take out my iPhone and I call him. I send him
you take out your magical. You take out your magical slab of tree bark with a weird screen on it. And you throw it over your shoulder because that shit's weird and it's not actually a phone. Graak and the future.
I just caught some, deer and just ate it.
There's a rabbit hanging out of your mouth, ears first. As Wednesday gives me death glares because I know I shouldn't have said that, but...
I mean, it could be
It was a shitlord rabbit. We're talking
I'm bringing out the chainsaw.
It was the main villain of Watership Down, shitlord rabbit.
You don't know that the main villain of Watership Down?
I forgot.
It's General Woundwort.
He's a dickhead anyway. And he's dead now in Graak's mouth. There's just a foot.
He's a giant fucking rabbit.
And he's in a mouth.
Bigger than Bella.
That's a fat rabbit. The occasional member of the Flailing Goblin Inn walks by, see if you guys want ale. You see other members of Aces stepping out of the second floor and into the walkways, and give another hour or two. Eventually, you see the familiar form of your all-favorite bugbear step in, and he walks over to your table and sits down. He immediately pulls out of his pocket a series of pouches, and he puts all of them in front of you. Every pouch contains 70 gold. And he goes, This is our payment for this job done. You're free to spend it however, it's yours. No strings attached. You did hard work and you got paid. And especially for Acatha, this is a large sum of gold, especially for someone who's not used to ever having it. A pouch of 70 gold. People could work for 2 or 3 years and not make 70 gold.
Well, I did actually, I did come into this mission with a decent amount of gold.
Yeah, like
But I mean, I had to work hard for it. I worked hard in the with the gypsies.
I just octupled the amount of gold I had.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dang,
I mean,
a double one.
but
The
I
future's
still
a-
appreciate.
Yeah, but like the thing is, you've never gotten 70 gold in one lump
Yeah.
sum.
Like, this is the most money I've ever earned in one lump sum.
Yeah, and relatively, I mean,
Anyway, go
sure, it was
make it
dangerous
work
work, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, I mean, I still do feel kind of,
It's a hefty weight.
bittersweet about it because I just got paid a lot of money. We took out a gang of thugs, but I don't feel like I'm still
it was
thinking
a complete job.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that poor halfling and the fact that I didn't.
The hunter in Graak is pissed we never actually got Dorothy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still thinking about Velia, and like I want to get the guy that did that to her.
Yeah, like I said, it's the hunter in Graak. It's not. There's still a target out there, and damn it, he needs to die.
Right. So you and I, Graak, are both motivated,
But for
this,
significantly different
yes,
reasons.
for very different
The
reasons.
future's just here.
Mine is
Acatha-
bloodlust and the
Acatha's-
thrill of the hunt, and yours is
Acatha is like
compassion.
very altruistic, whereas fucking
Graak.
Graak is just
Like I said, bloodlust and the thrill of the
yeah,
hunt.
it's just not.
He may be good, but he's never going to get over that orcish bloodlust.
Yeah. So you've all made
I
your
want
money.
the loot that's on his body. That's all.
I mean,
And the future's just here.
the future
Enjoying
made
the
his
view.
money after shooting most of his friends and barely earning anything. So
Well, to be fair, you
You've-
did ice the bartender.
yeah, I guess on accident.
Quote unquote.
You're right.
Yeah.
So you've given your money, and Kieg looks at you and he says, "I don't have any assignments for you yet. Not anymore. Just give it a couple more hours. Maybe midday I'll come back and give you some assignments. At least like some assignments I find appropriate for our skill level." And he gets up and he just makes his way out.
Guys, want to do a shopping montage?
Hey, that's what I was
shopping do we
implying.
need?
Anything.
Well,
Yeah.
You have money.
Graak's just saving up for a set of full plate, and after that, who gives a crap?
That's like 2,000
That's
gold.
because that's how 1,500 actually.
Oh.
The
'Cause
future.
the thing is, having grown up in the wilds, Graak doesn't really give two shits about money, but these people seem to, so he just wants enough to get what he needs.
Future has somebody who does the shopping for him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because
I'd like to head to the store.
Okay. You have a few options as far. What are you looking to get?
I want to get a wand of heal light wounds.
Okay. So
In case our cleric gets knocked the fuck out again.
yeah, maybe.
I want to silver one of my weapons
Okay. So let me find out
and to get a
who
scimitar.
that is. We found a shit ton.
Yeah.
Give me one. So
There's a-
I did.
I'll just assume you picked up a scimitar.
Okay. I want to silver
Now,
the
please tell me how to
scimitar.
pronounce scimitar again.
Scimitar.
No.
Scimitar.
Now it's forever going to be known as
It's
a scimitar.
scimitar.
It's canon.
I've heard so many people pronounce it scimitar and it
Yeah.
bothers me.
yeah, haven't you guys ever heard of a Scudalor?
I need the book.
Well,
What?
how do you think I feel? I'm a tiefling, and people pronounce it tiefling.
Oh god, they do?
Okay.
But it's German!
Yeah.
How much does it cost to silver a weapon? I'll use 100 gold to silver a scimitar.
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 Scimitar, like
scimitar.
you know Sims, the game?
Yes.
Scimitar.
Okay. I'll use 100 gold to silver a scimitar.
There you
Okay,
go.
so-
Silver a scimitar. It's alliteration.
Say it one more time. Scimitar.
Scimitar.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love the patronizing cheers. I really do.
Fuck it. We're assholes. We're such dicks.
You know what? I'm an asshole. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it because
does-
it's funny.
Does it do anything?
It's shiny.
It's a silver weapon.
Okay.
I just want to see if I can find it.
Silvered weapons are basically just good for overcoming damage
So,
reduction
wait.
of things that are resistant to,
Yeah.
to non-silver.
Huh.
Like
in fact, they
werewolves.
actually do. Yeah, in fact,
Can
they
I-
actually do less
Is
damage.
Not in
Does-
5th edition
not 5th
anymore.
edition?
Not
No.
anymore, no.
Can I silver something instead of the scimitar?
There you go.
I'm gonna silver the Warhammer since that's usually my main weapon. So, do I put like silver on it? Or?
I'm trying to. Does it say whether or not it costs to silver a weapon?
It
Yeah,
says
100 gold.
Just to give it silver?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second to look up wands.
Because I don't see any here in the player's handbook.
It's on page 148.
Well, this isn't.
Near on the
Wands?
148.
Oh no, he's
weapons.
talking about silver
Yeah,
weapons.
exactly. That's not at all
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
wands.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't find simple things like wands of cure wounds.
I'm gonna subtract 100 gold.
Hold on, we're gonna roleplay this out at some point because these are characters you're gonna need to know.
Well, the only character I'll really need to know is the blacksmith.
Well, she's gonna go to the magic shop.
Well, I'm just saying the only character I need to know is the blacksmith.
That's nice. We're not talking about you.
Where's the blacksmith?
I'm talking about me.
Dorothy. Did we know what kind of mage he was?
Dorothy? No.
No, like a tribute type of thing from his attack.
He has magic missile. That's all we know.
Okay. Mage.
He might actually.
And possibly some kind of blink. Or some other form of teleportation.
Right. So all we know is magic missile. That's the only one that I was
Okay.
able to identify.
I got myself a scimitar.
A scimitar.
A scimitar.
A scimitar. A scimitar.
It's annoying.
Says with hit dice for healing between battles, Wand of Cure Wounds is not needed in 5e.
You can always buy potions.
I could, but they're fucking expensive.
50 gold.
Well, in 3.5, a wand of cure light wound potions is like 750 gold.
Okay.
So it's not like they're not cheap. I'll probably just homebrew it, but you're probably not gonna be able to afford it. How much gold do you have?
165.
Probably not.
I have 62 silver as well.
Um,
I undo the first two buttons of my blouse.
okay.
Just show almost a nip.
You get
Almost.
advantage on charm.
I do have a +4 to charisma.
Okay, you get advantage on persuasion checks.
I have a +4 in persuasion, a +4 in performance, +4 in sleight of hand.
Oh,
Thieving
Ooh.
or
getting dirty.
oh man.
Mm.
So
Never mind. But I would like to check out the magic shop. I think that'd
sure,
be kind of cool.
That's fine.
I'll edit all that where I look dumb out.
Where we all look stupid.
We're like,
Or we all
"Oh."
spend like 10 minutes looking for stuff that doesn't exist.
Hey man. Okay, let's handle what Star does first. You know where the magic shop is. It's known as in Twinsides. It's Kazaki's Potions and Trinkets. Kazaki, you've never met, but you know his name to be Kazaki Korozeth. And Kazaki Korozeth is a kobold.
All right.
You've never been in there, so you don't know the details, but you do at least know of Kazaki because some people have bartered with him. You also know that there is a branch in Shadehaven run by his wife Tazeri Korozeth. But it's in Twinsides. It's Kazaki. As you go there, it's a rather mild mannered shop. It's not frivolous, but it's well kept and it looks like a nice shop. As you walk in, you can immediately smell the scent of alchemical things, materials, various liquids. The smell of magic is literally in the air
All right.
because of all the potions and stuff. You see little signs that point to like potions. You see some signs that lead to like say materials. In the back, you see some glass cases of just various goods that are not to be left out in the open. You notice, you see behind the counter is a small black and bronze scaled kobold with glasses who is eagerly chatting up what seems to be a customer. And off to the side, you see a female tiefling running around the shop, seeming to do various odd jobs, categorizing things, putting out adjusting signs and stuff. And she hasn't seemed to really notice you just yet, but because she seems to be really busy, you're free to look around.
All right. I'd like to check out the potions department.
Okay. As you walk to the side, you notice in various racks and some stands. There seems to be like potion racks, which seem to be very well fitted. There's a lock on the racks itself,
Okay.
so people can't just like take them and run. You see a small collection of various different potions. One of them does say healing potions,
Alright.
and they're arranged in light, superior, and greater.
Alright.
You see other potions. Some of them have been listed and named as Cat's Grace, Bull Strength, fucking Mage Armor potions. Listeners, I might be terrible because I don't know if these... Not that these spells exist, but I don't know if they're actually potions. If they're not, well, fuck it, they exist now.
They are in 3rd!
Yeah, exactly. So fuck that. This is my slight not experience in 5th edition because I haven't actually scoured the DM's guide very hard.
Oh, potion is basically just a drinkable spell.
I know that, but
this campaign's homebrewed anyway.
yeah, all of it. So yeah, you do see various potions, and you do see listed prices. Like, for example, the light potions, the potions of Cure Light Wounds are listed at 50 gold.
All right.
So are the Mage Armors and the other stuff. You hear someone behind you says, "Oh, I'm a customer. I'm sorry, I was busy." And you turn around and you see this really bookish tiefling who seems to be a little shy, but very eager and adamant to try and help somebody.
I tell her no problem in Infernal.
Oh, she gets this, like, really wide-eyed look in her cheeks, which she's actually a lightish purple, and you can see them kind of darken, and she kind of glances around nervously and mutters in Infernal, we shouldn't speak this language here. It's not necessarily well looked upon, but she understands, and she gives a small smile because she understands what you're trying to do. But she speaks in common as she clasps her hands in front of her, not unlike the typical shopkeep trying to find out if she can help you. She's like, "Do you need any help finding something, or do you want suggestions, or?"
I'd like to purchase 2 of the potions that you have here.
Which ones? As she walks over and stands beside the potions, not in the way, but like almost kind of in a presentation kind of way.
I'd like to get 1 Cure Light Wounds.
And she nods and says, "Okay."
And I'd also like to get 1 Mage Armor, please.
Okay, so she nods happily, like as if like it's really good to see that there's a customer, and she reaches out and takes out a small like stone from her pocket, and looking upon it, there are runes and stuff to the stone, and she takes the stone and places it to one of the locks, and you see the stone kind of flare up a little bit, and an unlatching sound happens, and then she pulls away the lock, and nothing really seems to change with the rack, but as she reaches out to the potion, she just effortlessly plucks 2 of them, like the Mage Armor potion, the Cure Light potion, which are both 50 gold each.
Mm-hmm.
And she nods, and she said, and she puts the stone back to the lock, and you hear that latching sound. Nothing changes within the racks, but you hear it. And she just nods and smiles, and she says, "Anything else?"
No, that'll do it for now.
Okay, and she guides you over to the counter, and you can still see that kobold chatting up somebody. You can assume that this is in fact Kazaki.
Mm-hmm.
And the person across from him is just like this portly looking woman in like elegant robes, and she seems to have too much makeup on and too much gaudy jewelry.
All right.
And she rings you up, and she cheerily says, "That would be 100 gold, please."
Does she have a name tag?
On her, no, she does not have a name tag. But
This is medieval
you're
times. What are name
You're
tags?
free to inquire, out of curiosity.
So I'm new around here,
Okay.
and I had to hand something. Sorry.
That's fine.
And George was
Looking
not.
weird.
He was playing with the fidgeting eraser that I gave him. So I'm new to this area, and I'm with the Aces. And
She
so,
kind of like perks up, and she's like, "Oh, that's really exciting."
my name's Acatha. What's yours?
She smiles wide, and she gives a quick nod, and she says, "My name's Chiswick. Chiswick Brunestone. Chiswick spelled Chizik.
Brunestone?
Yep. Brunestone.
I thought it was Runestone with a B, so
Basically.
good. All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Chiswick. Actually,
I'd like your help with something. You could just keep an eye out. We have a rogue magic user.
She kind of like goes a little pale, like a little paler in the face at like the idea of the concept of like rogue magic. You notice that she kind of like shies away just a little bit because she seems to be a bit of a nervous creature at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And she just gives a nod and goes, "Okay, if it's for aces, then yes. Is there any sort of descriptor? I can try to look out, but I can't promise anything."
Yeah,
He casts magic missile.
No,
Oh.
okay. He wears a cloak. I'm sure he won't be hiding his face in a shop like this because that'd be very suspicious. But the description that we do have, and I'm not sure if it's actually what he looks like, but if you could keep an eye out for a darker skinned man with dreadlocks, and if you see him, if you could just shoot us a message or come on over and just let us know like what he purchased, or if he orders something that needs to be picked up.
She gives a thoughtful look and she puts her like finger to her chin, like that kind of like thoughtful look, and looks up and she closes her eyes and really tries to think on it. And she just shrugs and gives a sigh and she's like, "Fortunately, I don't really recall any faces like that in this shop, but I can try." Like, and she just gives this maybe I can do something, but I can't give you any promises. I'll ask Kazaki when he's not busy with his customer, and you can look over, and he's still vigorously chatting up this frumpy woman.
Right. So I just nod and I go, it's just on the off chance that he happens to come in here. I don't actually expect him to come in here because there's places in Shadehaven he can get stuff. But if you could just keep an eye out, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll be coming back in here from time to time to pick up supplies and things like that. So if you do see like something suspicious or you hear anything, just let me know.
Okay. She gives you a rapid series of nods as you talk, and she's not excited about it, but she's just like, I'll definitely try. Do you have any more shopping you need to do?
No, that's it. That's all I
Okay. And who else wanted to go where?
I have several questions.
Okay.
One, does Graak actually know how much, a full set of plate armor would be?
I assume he would not.
Okay, well, considering that's what he's planning on getting, he'd have to definitely drop by a blacksmith and find out.
Okay. George, you wanted to also go to the smitheries to get your shit silvered?
Yeah, but I also want to get a case to hold crossbow bolts.
Okay, you can also get that probably.
Okay.
Maybe not at the blacksmith's unless you're looking for a metal one.
But I'm sure the armory is right nearby.
Yeah, you'd probably want to find a leather worker for the bolt pouch.
Yeah.
Okay. So the future, did you want to do anything?
The future looks for his person who buys him stuff.
The homeless goblin.
Yeah.
Homeless goblin.
Echoes the homeless goblin girl.
Okay. Where would your bookshop be, or where? She's your character. Where would you find her?
So I would probably find her sleeping underneath a tree in the park.
You don't give her a home?
They're kind of a dick, the future.
I better never find this out.
You're kind of a dick, the future.
What? I don't dictate her life.
Oh, she chooses to sleep under the trees.
You
Well,
created
Graak
her.
does.
Okay, that's fair.
But then again, Graak is an adult and can make his own decisions.
I just kind of wanted to find out what everybody was doing. I'll get to that. Okay. So I assume Gromhan and Graak are going together to go to wherever.
Blacksmith.
Yeah, and considering that I have a metal weapon and metal armor, I'm probably well acquainted with the blacksmith for repairs and purchases of this armor.
I like
Ask
that.
me
I
to
like
repair your
stuff.
shit.
You know how to blacksmith?
I have smith tools.
But do you know how to blacksmith?
I'm a dwarf.
But do you know how to smith?
I should be. Because it's part of the
I know.
dwarfing day.
I'm a mason dwarf, but I'm barely mason.
I'm gonna say that.
My thing as
George
a dwarf,
has
I
the
pick
basic
smart
ideas for
smithing.
basic repairs, but to silver a weapon into craft.
I know. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I
and
could,
besides, this is long before I ever met you.
Yeah, I could help them maintain
So-
some of his gear if we go
So yeah,
on long.
like I said, I'm
mission.
probably
You've
well
only-
acquainted with the
You've
blacksmith.
only recently, you've only been in the town, the city, what, you was for a month or
6
so?
months, I think.
Okay,
I
6
said.
months. So yeah, you definitely know where
Do I
that
need to
is.
get you a fidget eraser?
So,
Maybe.
as I
So-
said, I could if we go on long missions, I could help maintain our metal gear and leather shit.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
He's gonna make it solid.
So, if on short things you could still go to
I did it to
blacksmith
myself.
if you want. You should also get a whetstone so you could sharpen your own stuff.
Probably
Weapons.
should.
Yeah, I have one on me as well.
Anyway,
they're
So
not.
for
They're not
personal.
expensive.
no,
Yeah.
they're cheap.
It's one silver
You could
or
probably
one
get
copper. I
them
don't
at-
remember.
the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Gromhan and fucking Graak.
I like to think that we all said our goodbyes, and then we started walking off, and they ended up walking in the same direction. So it was awkward.
So it's awkward the entire time. And they just silently, stiffly
yeah.
walk.
Like,
And
don't
you
make
know-
eye contact.
And they're going to the
don't
same
make eye
exact
contact.
place. So it's double awkward.
So you do know of the blacksmith. It's known as Macath's Clangers.
Macath.
Macath is...
Not Norse. I disapprove.
Clangers is run by a woman named Fjorda Macathhammer, who is a female dwarf.
Fjorda sounds rather Nordic.
Shut up, bitch. Wait until I tell you their goddamn full name, asshole. And she's been known to help you out with your armor and stuff. You've never for some reason inquired whether how much that shit costs.
I've just been too busy focusing on my current gear rather to think about the future.
As you
That's
approach,
pretty much it.
you know that through idle conversation that Macathhammer often works with Kazaki because when magical weapons need to be made, a mage plus a smith is often implied to work together to have that happen on
Generally.
commissions. Fjorda Macathhammer has two assistants. A Mogi Mogor, who is a
Mogi Mogor.
Mogi Mogor.
Now that's a name.
A young half-orc male. And Bryna Pearson, who is a human female. And upon immediately entering Macathhammer's, you hear the sweet musical sound of hammers on metal as a forge is worked somewhere in the background.
What's the female's name? Human?
Her name is... Fucking, you should pay attention.
You talk too fast. I can't write.
Bryna Pearson. Bryna. N-A. Shut up. I'm kidding.
All
George is infected.
I
something.
remembered was that her last name was Pearson, so...
Pierce.
Bryna Pearson.
Assistant.
Bryna is actually seen working the forge in hard strokes as she constantly just slams a hammer down in rhythmic fashion. Whereas you see Mogi running around just getting materials and putting it near her. You actually notice that Mogi almost trips. And you know that Mogi is in fact a very clumsy half-orc. But
we are not the most dexterous people.
he almost stumbles across a strewn clasp.
What's that tapping?
Oh, that's probably my foot tapping. Sorry.
I didn't even notice. And
I didn't know I would make a sound.
It's
And-
just more of I do have downstairs neighbors and they're kind of assholes.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we talked about it before when you were in the bathroom. And I was just I don't care how loud we are. Fuck the neighbors.
But it is 1 a.m. now,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think their little kid sleeps below us.
Mm,
And that's the most polite person that lives downstairs.
true.
Is the crying
And-
1-year-old.
So, immediately you see Bryna look over as you enter, and she just gives a snort. Her face is covered in sweat from the heat and soot and dust. And
I find that attractive in a woman.
she's just, and she's young. She's in her mid to late 20s. And she's just looking at you, and without even staring what she's doing, she's still rhythmically, perfectly hammering the what seems to be the start of a sword. And she just
So basically just a metal bar.
Yeah. And she looks at you and goes, you looking for Fjorda?
Yeah.
20-something-year-old dwarf is
It's a human.
Human.
Oh,
20-something human.
Fjorda
Oh, yeah,
isn't
sorry.
even there. You can't even see Fjorda.
I was thinking Fiona.
So you again, she looks at you and be like, "So you looking for Fjorda?"
Yep, got something I need to inquisit.
She looks over to
Shit, I went back to my old Graak voice.
Gromhan.
Yeah, there we go. Got something I need to inquisit.
And she looks over to Gromhan and goes, "Who's your adorable friend?" And you can tell that it's kind of like sub-mocking tones. Like she's obviously, teasing.
Graak points to him with his thumb and says, "This is Gromhan, a recent acquaintance of mine."
Interesting. And Mogi stumbles up. He's also covered in like soot, but not nearly as much. He's probably tripped into a pile of it or something. And he nods. He's significantly, he looks to be very young, like the equivalent of a 15-year-old at most. And
I think for half-orcs that's like 14.
Something like that. And he just kind of nods and goes, "I'll go get Fjorda." And he kind of scrambles off almost in a hurry, as if he's not panicking, but he's just overeager. And he, once again, nearly trips. He's you know him to be a very clumsy half-orc.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, you hear the sound of a bell as a door opens into a back room. And you see the muscled, powerful countenance of a squat and very muscled female dwarf. Of course, Fjorda McCathhammer.
Is Gromhan hard yet?
No. She hasn't bent over to pick something up yet. And she just kind of smiles and goes, "Graak, it's pleasant to see you again. What can I do here?" And she just kind of like claps her hand in like a shopkeeperly fashion, except a cloud of soot just like plumes from her clasped
These are
hand.
honestly my kind of people.
And she seems pleased to see you as you're a constant customer.
Yeah.
And she's just like covered in like soot. She has obviously been working on in the back.
Yeah. So, well, just got back from my first ace mission, and...
Oh, how was that?
Well, he pats his chest and says, "This armor's only going to cut it for so long."
And she kind of like walks over and she's kind of tall for a dwarf. Not like she's not like human tall, but she like kind of walks over and she brings up her hand and like knuckles, like she taps her knuckles on the plate and she's like, "Ah, yes, it's a good make, but it's obviously orcish. They don't really form a, they don't really, voices, shit. They don't really work and do quality. They more or less try to slap some stuff together, and it's not really craftsmanship, but,
In addition to that, this is from, well, before I came to the city.
what are you going to do? I mean, orcs slap together things that are more functional instead of, long-lasting, as my accent changes from, like, Scottish to Middle Eastern. And she just kind of smiles and she says, "Oh, you're looking to you get to change up in your armor?"
Yeah, I'm gonna be needing to know how much a set of full plate is.
She gives like a low whistle, and she tilts her head and she says, "How's your growth pack looking? Because that's going to be a very high-priced armor you're looking for."
Well, I need to know how much I need to save up.
"Oh, well..."
Because I definitely do not have enough right now. I know that for sure, but...
She just gives like a low chuckle. She's "I understand. It's very changing fucking accent. I need to practice this on the way home."
It's very expensive, yes.
It's yes.
In Soviet Russia,
In Soviet Russia, accent eats you.
In Soviet Russia, armor wears you.
Oh, the armor is very pricey. But, fucking accents, this is awful!
to also think that she's saying all of this out loud.
She's
She's just having this breakdown.
Damn it, they sound weird!
It's okay. It's okay.
There you go again.
Too right? Fuck it! Accents are for losers and...
You know what's the hardest accent to do?
First of
A
all,
fucking Boston one.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh, no, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's like, "How did it run you high price? We're talking about, 500 gold." It turns out, it turns into about 500 gold, you know? It's
actually.
500 plus 1,000 is yes!
500 plus 1,000 is yes?
Yes.
I was
Oh,
like,
this is-
500
You
gold,
know
that's cheap.
Fuck the accent right now. She says,
You can practice later.
yeah, right? Fuck this nonsense. This is what makes podcasts really bad to listen to. Yeah, listeners will have so much fun.
Quality content.
Anyway, she nods and goes, 1,500 gold will be what runs you the full plate, and she kind of just looks at your gold purse, and she can clearly tell it doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, hell, even Graak knew that he didn't have nearly enough, but now he knows what to aim for.
She just reaches up and pats your chest and just nods, and she looks over at Gromhan and goes, I didn't know you This is where I tell you that she has a wife.
No, that was going on in his head.
Yeah, this is the time where I tell you, or she has a wife. Yeah, anyway, so she looks at Gromhan and goes, I didn't know you had dwarf friends. And she looks to you and Gromhan and says, well, what are you looking for?
Well, I really want to silver my warhammer.
She holds out her hand, like as if to see your warhammer.
I hand it over to her.
She takes it back and she takes a step. She takes it and she takes a few steps back, and you can see with her arms, with well-practiced swings, she's just like swinging it around in like circles, testing the weight. She's making practice swings, and in a flurry of motion, you see her just rush as if she's going through practice swings in this open space, just testing out the balance and the weight, and just going through various stances and attack formations, and practicing. And she does this for like 3 minutes straight. And she doesn't falter. It's like a seamless, not a blur of motion. It's just not stopping. It's
What's
just
Graak thinking?
yeah. Graak is.
She could whoop your ass.
Graak has definitely seen this before because God, that's copyright.
No, that's why I only do a few seconds of it.
Yeah.
So Graak has seen this before because when she initially wanted to see his weapon to like test it out and see what kind of repairs it did, she did the same thing.
Yeah.
And
After all, it may be just a regular halberd, but hey, this is the halberd he's going to use to slaughter his entire tribe.
until you found a magical something,
Until I find a magical something that can kill him even better.
and then you just throw the halberd over your shoulder and be like, I don't need this shit.
I'm probably gonna just keep it for old time's sake.
Yeah, you just have it
Just
decorative.
as a reminder of my
Yeah.
lifelong mission to slaughter those that tried to kill me.
Good old stabby stick.
Good old murder
Oh,
party.
good slice pole.
Yep.
Anyway, after these practice swings and going through these various motions, she takes one last not overhand swing. She just makes a swinging motion, a circular motion with her arm, and she just gives it back and she says, "It's good. It's got some good bounce, but it's weighted a little weird." And she looks at the handle and kind of just eyes it at the end and goes, "It seems a little heavier than it should be on the end, but whatever. That's not a big deal. This is a fine hammer." And she hands it back and she says, "So you want to silver it, eh? All right,
Yes.
I can do that. It's going to take a few days.
Alright.
And what was it, like 100 gold?
Yes, 100 gold.
Okay, she says it's going to take about 100 gold and about 2 days worth of work.
Okay.
In 2 days' time, you can come back for it, and it'll be silvered."
Okay.
She looks at both of you and she says, "Is there anything else you're looking for?" Or?
Graak thinks for a moment and says, "Yeah, actually. I'm running a bit low on arrows."
Arrows, you say?
Yep.
How many are you looking to get?
How much?
I think it's like 10 for 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds much.
I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's
Because in
fucking-
Well, you can go into the arrow bargain bin. Points at a bunch of arrows with weird heads and kind of.
Yeah, these are Mogi's fuck ups. They do well enough, but they don't sail through the arrow line.
Yeah, like three 3 silver pieces, or 10
For a Mogi special.
Yeah, or 10 for 25.
10 for a fuck ton.
Yeah.
10 gold for a literally all.
Okay, there we go. Arrows are 20 for 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I added an extra 0.
Yes.
How many do you want?
Let's go with 40 arrows, so 2 gold pieces worth.
She happily snaps your gold out of your hand, and
I'll buy...
she points to the arrow bargain bin.
And I want...
Mogi's
20
good for
bolts.
something.
What, George?
20 crossbow bolts.
She nods, and she also points to the arrow bargain bin.
They're crossbows. Bolts.
How much?
Arrows.
Those are 4.
I think
Silver
are the same price.
146.
They're just arrows
It's
where the
probably 1 for 10,
fletchings
though.
broken off, so they're now bolts.
Yeah, they're just shitty arrows that Mogi broke, and they're also now bolts. One gold for 20.
So exact same as arrows.
How many did you want, George?
20.
Then you give her a gold.
Yes.
Is that it? Is that all you're looking for?
Yep, I've got everything I came here for.
Unless you have a bolt case for crossbows.
She does, in fact, have a crossbow case.
Oh, Graak's
I'll buy
already
one of
got
those.
himself a quiver. Something he'd kind of need from his
she gives you-
wilden days.
She gives you she can give you like a fancy one that it kind of like straps across your lower back, and if you can just kind of reach back, and it actually feeds a crossbow bolt from the end into your hand. Once you hit a button on it, it just like shoots out a crossbow bolt for you to grab it and then take it out. It's actually pretty expensive dwarven engineering. And what it does is since you're not digging around looking for a crossbow, I'm going to say loading becomes like a free action because how quick bolts shoot into your hand.
Yeah, but it's not the getting the bolt that takes
I guess
the time. It's the whole pulling back the string on the crossbow
I guess
itself.
that's true. It just gives you bolts faster. It's cute.
Yeah.
Bonus action reload. You get a cool. You can spend 20 gold. It's resilient. It doesn't break easily.
Mm-hmm.
It you won't drop it and it'll fuck up, or it doesn't burn. So it's just a resilient crossbow case.
And what does it do besides...
Feeds you crossbolts faster, and it's durable. You might be able to use it as an improvised weapon to hit somebody with.
But I only gonna shoot a crossbow and then...
Then
put
don't
it
buy
away
it.
and then...
And don't buy it.
Yeah, I buy regular.
I don't have those.
Okay, I go somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we're done.
Well,
Yeah.
this is where Graak parts ways with Gromhan.
Yes, I go to a store.
Which one? I don't know.
A general store that sells cases.
All right, you go to the general store.
They have flour and crackers. You were in the wrong store.
You go to the general store and you find Beetle Bongo's general store.
Beetle bongos.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's Beetle Bango. My bad. My apologies. Beetle Bango.
Alright.
There better be
Jimmy
Jambo
Jambo?
Jambo's Magic Emporium.
No, not here.
Better be in Wetburg.
But you see,
Better be in Wetburg.
you
Keep away them goddamn gators.
Where my goddamn
you find
goddamn
you find the wands of Ward Gator.
Fay doo-doo.
Fay doo doo.
Yeah, instead of having like wands of anything, they're spice wands, so they just fucking add like jumbo, like you
It's
gotta
it's the equivalent of like a medieval fantasy spice weasel.
This here's my wand of cilantro.
My cilantro.
Here's
My amulet of cilantro present. Cilantro spawning.
This is my dirty rice wand.
This is my gumbo one.
Gumbo. It's just gumbo. Just at the tip.
I just put it in my mouth.
It's create the wand. It's wand of create gumbo instead of wand of create water. This is fucking dumb. Anyway,
I love it though.
so you go to Beetle Bango's general store and
Jambo's Magic Emporium.
nope.
Not in this town.
At the end of you see in this general store, you see various things ranging from backpacks to rations, and in the back you see behind the counter is in fact Beetle. Beetle is a.
Is he a beetle?
He's a very large man, and I'm talking like he's got some ogre blood in him. He's a large, grizzled old man with a big walrus mustache and a very sour disposition.
Does he look like Wilfred Brimley?
He looks like Ultra Wilfred Brimley. He is old. He's like Walrus Brimley.
He looks like those old German people from 1900s.
Yeah, sure. He's Wilhelm.
Handle
That's because he doesn't know who Wilfred Brimley is.
Anyway, so you see Ultra Brimley in the back, and he's got this very sour, grim disposition, as if he doesn't really care that you're there. Upon closer inspection, you see that he, in fact, also has tusks, and one is broken. And he just kind of
sound like a man to me.
He just he's a big boy. He's like 8 foot tall, and he's super big.
That's not a man.
No,
that's a giant.
I said he probably has ogre blood in him, and. You go to Beetle's, and Beetle just kind of stares you down with the weight of a man who seriously doesn't give a shit about your existence.
Hello, I would like. Hello, big guy. I would like to buy a case crossbow bolt thingy. Graak.
What?
Good sir.
Round 2, please.
Hello, good sir. I would like to buy a case for my crossbow bolts.
See, that was better. Not crossbow thingy case. And the giant man known as Beetle Bango just kind of grunts, and he turns around. It's like not a slow effort, but it seems like every step he takes has a certain powerful weight to it. Kind of like watching a giant move. He just has that slow, meandering movement of someone who could probably crush your head like a grape. And he turns around and he walks to the other side of his, he goes out from behind the counter and he just sort of like slowly steps over. You can actually feel the weight of each step rumbling under your feet. As this is a very large man. I am talking like he is a fucking ogre. Like, he is the same size and girth of an ogre with less ogre features and more human features. And he just steps over to a side of the wall which has like various different packs and quivers, and he just takes up a case, and then he brings it over, and he just passes by you. He doesn't even look at you. And he goes behind the counter, and he puts it down, and he just stares at you in grunting and just grim silence as he just makes a of this is it.
1 gold, right?
And for a case?
Yes.
For a carrying case, it's going to be a bit more than the gold.
It's 1 gold in a ding.
No, that's for bolts.
To get the
no,
bolt.
It says crossbow bolt case. Same with a quiver, it's 1 gold. I remember because I had to buy it for my other backup.
He's Chinese. He's going to haggle with you, too.
Trying to haggle the shit out of me.
I give you 2 silver.
And this guy is just going to grunt and narrow his eyes, and you're just not going to want to do that. He then points to a sign over to the crossbow gate thing, and it says 2 gold.
Fuck this shit. I'll just carry it in my pocket then. The bolts.
You can fit 2 bolts into your pocket.
I'm gonna find a body and loot a Christ from it.
Loot a what?
A Christ. Loot a Christ from it. You're stealing God.
I will take 1 Christ, thank you.
Please, one Jesus.
I'll loot a case from it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Right? No, I can't even say it. You took mine. Did we run out of, root beer?
No, it's under there.
No,
Table seat.
I finished the root beer.
Oh, you did? Alright.
Yes.
Do you have it? What about Mountain Dew? And he points to 2 gold. Are you just going to actually walk out?
It's not worth
You're loaded. You're absolutely loaded. You have the most gold out of the whole party, and you're going to
No, not anymore. I silvered the weapon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and you just walk away, and he just gives a grunt and a shrug, and he obviously doesn't need
Yeah, it's overpriced.
The dude need to make a profit.
He paid 1 gold for it. He's got to sell it for 2 gold.
Then I'm not getting it from him. I only need 2 crossbow bolts anyway, and I'm just gonna shoot it, and then either reload it or not use it, and then reload it after the fighting is over.
Enjoy you could always go back to the dwarf place and get the fancy one.
I don't want that shit, I don't need it!
Oh, the age. Alright, so you leave, and I'm gonna go to the future.
Yeah.
And you're looking for your hobo goblin female assistant
Whom
named
you
Echo.
refuse to house.
I don't refuse to house her. She doesn't want it.
Have you ever offered it?
No, exactly.
No, I don't remember.
I rest
It's been a
my
while.
case.
I don't look back to the past. I am the future.
Alright, I'm gonna
I
go find
rest my case.
All right, so after a little bit of digging, you find in like one of the local parks, you find your darling goblin Echo lounging, just kind of like she's not asleep, but she has her head propped up as she lays on her side, and she's just looking. She's just got her eyes closed, and she's just looking pleasant, and she's sitting in like under a tree in the middle of a park, like a small little park between Twinsides and Shadehaven.
Alright, I'm just gonna go up to her, like, and be like, Echoes, I got a job for you.
She opens one eye kind of sleepily, and she, not sleepily, just kind of like nonchalantly just opens one eye, and she's like, well, what do you want, boss?
Alright,
Oh,
Echoes.
so this one's Australian too.
Truth.
Alright, I got a list for you. You're gonna be scouting around, trying to find me some components.
Australian music.
Oh,
Fucking
no.
Outback. Alright, so anyway, so Echoes has responded, and she just looks. She just kind of keeps there, and she's like, "What kind of list?"
Alright, I'm gonna need you to find some components for me. A little bit of soot, a little bit of salt. I know you know some of the darker places around here, so I'm gonna need you to look for anything time-related. You know, man.
Time related.
Because that's not really, vague. All right, boss, I'll try.
I
So-
pay you.
She immediately
Clocks.
takes out like a watch and just puts it forward.
This is time related. It's
Okay.
a clock.
Alright. I need you to look for books. Magic books on time acceleration, deceleration, traveling through it. You know the drill.
You're gonna make me go look again of the same stuff. You always make me want to look. We've looked. We can't. All right.
Alejandro, physics aren't that advanced yet.
Yeah, but
They
there's
don't
magic.
understand. They don't understand general
And
relativity.
She just kind of holds out her hand, waiting for the coin purse. How much are you gonna be?
I'm giving her 50, as well as 5 gold for her time.
50.
Well, he wants components too.
Okay.
I'm looking for components and any rare magical
Information.
information on time.
She just gets up and you see her hold out the bag. She's kind of like
You may
weighing it
be
in her
crazy,
hand.
but you pay well.
She tosses it up and down in her hand, and she just gives a nod. She's like, "All right, boss, I'll be back.
Yeah, meet me at the bookstore.
You got it, boss." And
And she leaves.
Yeah,
and
she leaves.
then
She leaves in a ball of smoke.
yeah, she whips out a didgeridoo and
Just starts walking away.
Yeah,
I need to give you more info on her.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Weirdly, quirkily,
Yeah.
Australian.
Thanks, that made his
That's somehow the reason they connect.
Yeah, you sound funny. I sound funny. We sound funny. We're friends. Too right. The fucking wanker, and then occasionally she'll shift into English, British English.
I'm pretty sure Australians say wanker too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Any
I can
Australian
just-
audiences
I
can
no
confirm or
every
deny.
time every time I talk as an Australian, I'd have to pepper every other word with a C word.
Really?
Because that they say that crap like I say fuck.
It's an all-encompassing word. It means 10 different things.
Yeah,
What C word?
But it may offend some of our listeners.
literally.
If they haven't been
Well, I mean-
offended yet.
Well, I mean, if we use it in a purely nominative function, then
Yeah.
I don't think it might offend 2 people, but I'm probably wrong because I'm an idiot.
The word is cunt.
Shit!
Hey, Rocky Mountain
Anyway,
No.
we finished our shopping. This is going to be a great episode.
Riveting.
Shopping.
Hey,
Keep going.
we get world
We
learning.
need a shopping montage at some point.
We need
Didn't we do
a
that?
super 80s song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll see if I can
okay.
find
I
it.
need a montage.
Just wanna-
Anyway, with that, I
Montage.
think it's time to end the episode, and we'll see you guys next week.
Alright. Have a good one, people.
Happy boy.
What?
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 Have a boy?
Then just cut it.